Sleep paralysis. Before I start, you gotta know that I have a long history of multiple sleep paralysis. Ever since I was a child, I dare say multiple in a single night. I'm a 18-year-old male, and well, I moved out from my mother's home 2 years ago, and been independent since then. And have been roommates with my uncle for a couple months now, but that's a different story. Anyway, this is going to be a little bit awkward given the fact that I was listening to scary stories while trying to fall back asleep after waking up at 5 a.m. the same date I'm writing this post, September 25, 2018. While I was falling asleep, with my headphones on, I started to realize I had woken up, but my body could not move. Now it was weird for me given the fact that I had not had any sleep paralysis recently for a very long time, but I knew what I was going through. My vision started to blur, my head felt heavy, but I could still hear the voice coming out of my headphones narrating a story. The strangest thing is that I somehow managed to move my hand and tried to take off my earbuds. As much as I tried, I could not take them off. It's as if they were glued to my ears. I somehow managed to take them off, but here's where it got freaky. I could still hear the voice, your voice, UNIT number 522. I touched my ears and checked if there were anything there. Nothing. I could not feel the earbuds at all. I was weirded out, yelling at my uncle, calling his name to see if he could hear me, but there was no answer. Every time I tried to yell, my voice got weak. It's as if instead of yelling I was whispering in a loud way. And that's when I started to see things like demons and deformed faces, just staring at me, and evilly smiling. I cannot explain how they looked, but they were flashing in the ceiling. Weird, right? Yeah, I know. As I was sort of freaking out, I literally did what any young kid would do and hid under my blanket. Not BC, I was very scared or frightened for my life. But to see if those faces would go away, though they did, it does not end there. Here's where the most freaky and weird shit happened. As my vision started to clear, and I was able to move more freely. It's when I realized I never even moved a muscle the whole time I was going through sleep paralysis. Turns out I was hallucinating shit and imagining that I was actually moving and yelling. Like I have said, I have had experienced with sleep paralysis for a long time. So I totally have experience on how to actually get out of it when it's a normal one, where you are just awake and cannot move. Yeah, I know that's the whole point of one, but not all of them are about hallucinations and imagining. This was one of the few paralysis where I hallucinated and imagined things. Like I said, I have not had one in a year, I could say. This one is my most recent one. I know it's probably not that scary, but for those who have experienced sleep paralysis, know how terrifying it could be and get. It takes a strong mind and soul to get out of one, because you are literally struggling with yourself to be able to move and just come back to reality. For those who never experienced sleep paralysis in their life, I really hope you never do. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button to support my work. And as always, enjoy the fear, my dear.